How on earth would they have ham and cheese sandwiches in the Ice Age? Ice Age 4. Ice Age 4 Continental Drift, directed by Mike Vermeera and Steve Martino, and is the fourth installment in Blue Sky's biggest franchise that simply refuses to end, as well as the third Ice Age sequel. So, Continental Drift tells the story taking place after the events of Dawn of the Dinosaurs, years after, in fact. Scrat is still addicted to his acorn like a drug, and he unintentionally falls to the very center of the earth and fucks up the earth, splitting the continents, and of course they drift apart. Meaning only one thing, trouble for our favourite Sub-Zero heroes, and Manny, Sid, and Diego, as along with Sid's grandmother, voiced by Wanda Sykes, gets drifted apart from Ellie and Manny's and Ellie's daughter Peaches. Manny will get back to his family no matter what it takes, and the only thing standing in the way of his family is not the continental drift, not the ocean, but a band of pirates led by ruthless gigantopithecus pirate captain, Captain Gus, and his scurvy crew. And while this is all going on, both Diego and Peaches are going through the L word. Now, happy 10th anniversary to Continental Drift, for one thing. Yeah, I mean, the fact that this sequel was released 10 years after the first Ice Age makes it feel like a special celebration of the first movie and its legacy. And just when we all thought Dawn of the Dinosaurs was going to be the last, the end of a trilogy, there's always another Ice Age. We're going to get Ice Age 6. So they're going to make Ice Age until I'm a grandpa. And the Ice Age will still be going by the time I have grandkids. But I, for one, am glad that we got a fourth installment, as it not only rained money at Blue Sky, but I think a fourth installment was needed to fix the inconsistencies of the third movie for me. Me and my mum and sister, we were unsure if this movie was going to be any good. But amazingly, we came out going, okay, that wasn't that bad. And these past 10 years, I've been super conflicted on how I truly feel about this movie. Is it really as great as I remember? I mean, because there is not a lot of positivity going around for Continental Drift. This movie receives unprecedented levels of hate from the Ice Age fandom. Some even go as far as calling it the worst Ice Age and worst Blue Sky movie. Yes, some have an even bigger hatred for it than Collision Course. Really? I finally made up my mind, and wholeheartedly, Continental Drift is my favourite Ice Age sequel and the most underrated Ice Age movie. Yes, I know you all are just speechless right now and thinking, Harry, a positive review for Ice Age 4? That's unheard of. I'm sure each and every one of you wish the dislike button existed right now and just want to make this defense review of Continental Drift extinct. But granted, Continental Drift is not without its flaws by a long stretch, but hey, it still has some things that I have wished to see in an Ice Age sequel. This would have been a decent send-off for the Ice Age franchise. If there's one thing to go gaga for about Continental Drift, it's its dazzling visuals and animation, especially the storm sequence where Manny, Sid, and Diego are caught in the middle of an ocean hurricane, and the are caught in the miracle of an ocean hurricane, and you and I mean, to go from the first movie from 2002 to go to from this, the animation looked like it's advanced 1,000 years ahead in comparison. I think this is the funniest Ice Age sequel by a freaking long shot, especially the inclusion of the best character in this movie, Sid's granny, voiced by the always wonderful Wanda Sykes. I mean, she was given a lackluster role in Over the Hedge, but this role is worthy of her supreme talents. And you feel just as bad for Granny as you do as Sid, because both have been, neglected and pushed out of the nest by Sid's dickish family. But I remember every single line of dialogue and every single scene with her down to a T. She is always why I come back to this movie. I'll bury you all and dance on your graves. Ah, shoot, I slept through the storm that killed the unicorns. Oh, precious. Yeah, her pet rail Precious turned out to be a absolute badass in the final battle at the very end. And how the heck did a sloth bond with a whale? I have no clue, but and the humour this time is not too adult for the kids. Thank goodness. There is one moment of crude humour where Sid is like, "Holy crabs!" when a huge crabber gets on the ship in the storm. But that joke did no harm, and Manny and Peach's father and daughter relationship is the emotional driving force of this fourth installment. This movie has a significant time jump. For Peaches to go from an infant in the last movie to a teenager in this one, maybe mammoths just grow up a lot faster than humans, but she's growing hormones and puberty. She wants to go out and date boys and lose her virginity. She's totally boy crazy. She's at that age, but of course, Manny, due to what happened to his previous family, is overprotective as hell and does and forbids her to mix with any boys. And you know what? It may feel cliche with the overprotective father storyline, but it makes total sense. Manny lost his first family. He would not want anything to happen to his new family. And the moment Peaches is like, "Oh, I wish you weren't my dad," that must have really hurt Manny. And as for Peaches herself, she is an extremely cute character. She is naive and is still learning much about the world. But sadly, the weakest parts of her storyline is she has a crush on the hottest mammoth dude in her herd, Ethan, voiced by a celebrity Drake. Who thought casting Drake in an Ice Age movie was a good idea? It's the most predictable story ever. Of course, Peaches is going to learn that Drake is not who he seems to be, and Lewis, her little hedgehog friend, was the right one for her, not Ethan. But as for Lewis, he's so cute and all, but he's not in Ice Age 5, so there's no payoff as to his character. It's kind of a waste of Josh Gad's talents. Thankfully, he would go on to be Olaf in Frozen a year after this. But it's a shame that Peach has got such a lackluster subplot, as she is the daughter of the central character of this series. She deserves way better, but Keith Palmer still does a top-notch job of voicing her, and this movie does what the other Ice Age sequels failed to do, actually have a good antagonist. Thank God. I don't care what anybody else says. Captain Guts is the best Ice Age villain, and Peter Dinklage, you can tell, is just having a total ball voicing him. You will regret messing with this pirate captain Gigantopithecus, and sure, Captain Guts' species, the Gigantopithecus, went extinct before the time of the mammoths, but Sage 3 brought in the dinosaurs, so this franchise is not following the evolution theory whatsoever at this point, so you can accept it. And he's kind of like the Davy Jones / Captain Hook of Ice Age, and he's the most personal foe for Manny, you know, after Manny rejects joining his crew. He even turns Shearer, one of Guts' pirates, to the good side, and then Guts vows a vendetta and to destroy Manny and anything he loves. We haven't gotten that in the previous movies. And the final showdown between Manny and Guts, I've got to say, was awesome. And I'm surprised Gut didn't call Manny fat. In but previous characters have called him a fat, though Manny has always responded, "I'm not fat. It's all this fur. It's poofy." But Gut just called him Tubby for a change, and Diego actually gets a girlfriend, something I was hoping would happen. I mean, Manny's got a girlfriend, it's only fair Diego and Sid fall in love too. And Shearer is a sweet character voiced fabulously by Jennifer Lopez, and Dennis Leary himself requested her to voice Shearer. He was like, if Diego's got a girlfriend, it's gotta be J-Lo. If I were a saber, then Shearer would look like a literal Jennifer Lopez supermodel in my eyes. Yeah, and I love how she starts out being one of Captain Guts' first mates, but through meeting Diego, realizes that Manny's family would be a better family for her than Captain Guts' ship ever would. So she went through the exact same conflict Diego did in the first film, and I love the callbacks to the first film in this one. And what nutty shenanigans does Scrat get up to for the fourth time round, you may ask? Well, he discovers Scratlantis in the final scene of the movie. I mean, that scene is a true state of the art comedy. Every single Scrat scene still gets a round of applause. But this was the last time Scrat was good in an Ice Age movie. Crash and Eddie are barely in this one, so I guess that counts as a positive. And Continental Drift's soundtrack is actually one of my very favourites of the franchise. And Captain Gut is my favourite villain because he actually gets a villain song. The big and scary, elegantly hairy, feared-inspiring, hue-scrutinising, woozing, stealing, banana peeling, undisputed master of the seas, sea shanty. It's unreal how catchy that is. There's even a heartwarming end credits musical number in which they reveal the entire voice cast when the characters all sing, we are ham and cheese. No, sorry, we are family." That would have been the perfect note to just end the franchise entirely. It felt like everything is wrapped up now. I mean, sure, it may be ham and cheesy, but it's beautiful at the same time. And we even get to hear the Wanteds are chasing the sun in the end credits. So the adventure aspect with Manny, Sid, and Diego trying to get back to Ellie and Peaches is, of course, the most entertaining part. And when they get washed up on that island with the Hyrax, I mean, the Hyrax are just the sweetest, though the siren scene was a little forced. You could have taken that out, but Manny and Sid teasing Diego about his love for Shearer. Diego's got the L word, starts with L, ends with E. Lice. That was a genius. Sure, Continental Drift's plots kind of mirrors the plot of the Meltdown with a flood coming to destroy the Earth, but it's more of an ocean-based narrative than a land-based one. So it's not a total rip-off, and I love the summer feel of this film. This franchise has gradually explored different seasons. I mean, with the first one, you got winter vibes, the second, spring vibes, and the third and fourth, both summer vibes, hence why they were summer blockbusters. Even Rebel Wilson herself stars in this movie as the kangaroo pirate member of Captain Guts' crew. Of course, they'd cast her in a Australian role. Overall, that's that's my defense of a Continental Drift. It may not be the best thing since sliced bread, and nor is it on par with the first Ice Age, but it's still the best Ice Age movie since the first one, and the only sequel that I really don't mind rewatching. I give Ice Age 4 Continental Drift 3 stars out of 5. Good movie. Finally, I've reviewed every single Ice Age movie, at least for now, until the dreaded adventures of Crap Wild. Oh yeah, I know some of you will hate me for my opinion on this movie, but personally, I've seen far worse from Blue Sky. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what are your thoughts on Continental Drift? Are you with me in that it's the best and most underappreciated Ice Age sequel, or are you with the majority and think it's sucks? So please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you all next time when I review Cobra Kai Season 4 and Eternals. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.